Hey guys, welcome back to the Little Boy Customs. Today we're going to be working on replacing this section here of our new door. Alright guys, so if you're an OG subscriber, you know that my 1967 cab got crushed in an accident, and I went out and found a new cab. It's a 1970 model cab. There she is behind me. And in the process, I also damaged the driver's door on the 67. And so whenever I was picking up that cab, I also went ahead and purchased this door here, which is a 1970 model. Now, strange fact, 1967 was the only year that the interior door was had a lever instead of a latch. So it actually had a lever. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is the door, and as you see, this whole area right here is what we were looking at over there. It's totally different. It has a lever right here that you use just like the window crank, and it opens and closes the door. I need this here in order for the two doors to match. So I didn't buy the passenger door. I only bought the driver's door because my passenger door was still good. And so what I need to do is change that out, and that's what we're going to do today. Also, fun fact, we have a visitor today here in the shop. Some of y'all haven't seen him in quite some time, but OLB, he came to the shop today. I guess the old 28 degrees outside this morning, which, you know, here in Texas, we don't normally see weather that cold. Got him to come on inside the shop for a change. He usually runs around on the outside and has a good time chasing chickens and all that good stuff. But here he is, LB. So the section I need on this door is this area right here. I have two choices. I can either cut the entire thing out and weld it all in, or just cut this section here out. I'm going to go with the latter because I don't need the whole thing. So I'll use a cutoff wheel. That way I can get some straight lines, cut that all out. I'm going to use this part right here as what I'm going to use to line up onto the other door, so I'll know exactly where I want to cut the other door. I'll use a black Sharpie. Cut this out first, use a black Sharpie with this up against the other door, and that'll tell me where I want to cut the other door at. Cut that out, and then we'll weld it all back in. Alright guys, so I got the two doors side by side. This is the 67, this is the 70, and we're going to take a little closer look because I was wrong about what's different on these two doors. So initially I told you the only difference was this area right here. On the two doors, that took a handle, and this one here had a pull lever, and so that area there was different. But after closer inspection, I started looking in this area here. That is where the armrest goes, and the holes don't line up the same as what this one did. So what I'm going to do now is I will make, with a black Sharpie marker, I will trace out a line that covers all of these two areas right here. Cut that out, fit it onto this one here, trace it out again, cut that out, and then weld that one there onto this one here. Should be pretty easy. I hope. Probably not. First of all, I'm going to have to get me some straight lines on here. You can't do nothing without the straight lines. You know the straight lines? That is really the problem, is the straight lines. I'm trying to tell you now, the straight lines. Got to get the straight lines right. Alright, all I'm going to use is this square right here, and we'll draw some lines on here, get it looking like, you know, my 2-year-old colored on here or something, you know what I mean? Yep, done. So now that we got this hole taken out right here, the other part that we want to take off this door is this mechanism right here. What this does is it controls the window from going up and down. Now normally I wouldn't take this off, but that door that I'm putting all this onto didn't come with this. So somebody from the wrecking yard where I got the truck door at and all that had already taken this part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this apart right here, take it out of the door, and then whenever we cut that door open, we'll transfer everything into that door. Whew, it is cold in here today. Us Texas boys, we like weather to be about, 100 degrees, and that's what we're used to. This 28-degree weather here, y'all people up north, y'all can have that kind of weather. Oh, man. I lost my bolt down in there. Thank goodness I cut a big old hole in here, that way I can get to it. You know, I just happened to think I never did find that bolt that was inside of here. She went underneath my quality sound deadener. Which I guess I can take out of here now. Or not. Or not. Yeah, it's okay. We'll just leave that there. I just want you to see. That right there was quality. Somebody put a whole bunch of the silicone on it. And right over here, they put rubber on it. Or it looks like black tar or something. I don't know. Make you wonder what's going on. It's almost like boogers. You know what else I just noticed? That right there is a lot wider than this right here. I wish I'd have measured that square now. That was on that door. Because I bet it's different than this door. I don't know. Maybe not. That hole right up there is way off though compared to the way I cut it right there. So I don't know. Maybe it won't be so bad. That all works out. Yep. Hope it does. We shall soon see. Oh, safety first. Got to have your glasses. That way you keep your peepers in case something flies off and gets you right in the face. After she looks a little cleaner, we'll put a little Earl on her. See how that'll work. Maybe. First, gotta see if we can't get it back in there. Come Yeah, we're gonna have to get Earl. Earl, come here, Earl. Check this here out. This here's Earl. That ought to help a little. Or just make a bigger mess. Oh yeah, I told you Earl would work. Click. Gotta make sure you put 2.198 torque on these. Click. Click. Last one. Click. Well, that's installed. Now all we got to do is put this piece into that piece right there, and well, we got her finished. She gonna look pretty. Maybe. Right now she looks real ugly. I don't recollect anybody will ever know that them two was switched out. Unless, of course, they take that door panel off, and it'd be real obvious then. I'm pretty sure. I've got a set of these right here I'm going to be using. Got them from the old Harbor Freight. Now, they're not a sponsor of the channel or nothing like that. They just happen to be the cheapest. And considering I'm broke all the time, that'll work for me. If you don't have you a set of these fancy things to weld with, well, you might want to go down there and get you a set. They're only about $5, I think. I could be wrong. But they sure do help out. Get you in here, put your peepers on it. That right there is going to be the patch panel, so the door opener will work right. I have to say, it looks pretty good other than the fact that that right there was different. I didn't catch it. See what I'm saying? They just changed things from 67 to, well, all the other years. This was a one-off door. You may be asking yourself, why would they have changed it? Well, apparently somebody said this truck wasn't very safe, and so they decided that they needed to change that because of that. And I don't blame them, because the truck probably really ain't safe at all, but it sure ain't safe now that I got a hold of it. And putting a Crown Vic chassis underneath it. Well, we finally made it to the welding part. That's always fun. Remember, don't look directly at the arc. It'll hurt you. Ta-da! It's finished. Now, these welds aren't exactly as pretty as normal. I mean, they're not horrible. I don't know if you can see there. They're not exactly horrible, but I got a couple of high spots where it burned out, and I tried to fill it back in and that kind of stuff. So what I'll do is I'll take a grinder and then just grind that down. And I'm not too really worried about what the welds look like and all that good stuff, because there's a door panel right there. That is going to go over the top of this. Like so. And the most important thing here that I was worried about was whether these holes right here, and I don't know if you can see in there. Yep, you can. See, everything lines up pretty well. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So if you have a 67 F100 truck and you cannot find a door for whatever reason, or maybe the door is not that great or whatever, and you have your old door, you can always use any of the other ones that are a bump side. Do a little cuttage and weld in the panel, because for whatever reason Ford made 1967 doors unique to that year on the inside. The skin on the outside looks just like all the others, but the inside is totally different. So we fixed this. We got a good driver's door. Glass will go up and down now. It'll need to be cleaned and all that good stuff, but looks good. So upcoming, there's going to be some more videos before this, but I wanted to tell you about a date. February the 22nd at 7 p.m. we are going to be over there with Stuff with Cletus, his channel. He's going to do an interview with us in another channel, and make sure you tune in for that. It's going to be live, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, so check that out, and it's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. A little different than normal, joking around a little bit more, that kind of stuff. So if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And as always, if you have questions, comments, whatever, leave them down below. I'll try to get back to you. Until next time, be safe. Thanks for watching.